Mike, I'll go ahead and lead off. Boy, that's a couple of nice wins to start the season. You have one like that. It's got to be one of the nicer road wins for the Buffaloes in a long time last week to go to Nebraska and get a win like that. So with that being said, and all the celebrations got along with, now you got to move forward a little bit, don't you?
Right.
And then you've got a team that is moving up from SCS, so you got a bit of a challenge from a staff standpoint, getting these guys ready for this week to kind of keep their heads right?
Yeah, the first 2 weeks were, I would say exhilarating for our team as far as it goes. You play your two biggest rivals in school's history, and neither one of them at your home stadium, and are able to beat both of them. That's a credit to our staff and our players. Saturday was extra special. Never been there for a game before, and the sea of red and their fanatic fans was amazing. And just to see our kids keep fighting and keep playing and stay calm and keep competing and stay together. And their mental toughness. We started fast and we finished strong. Kind of sputtered in the middle some, but that's what our slogan is, start fast, finish strong. So we did that. We just got to make sure we shared up a little bit more in the middle. But they were a physical, good football team, really big and powerful, especially on their defensive front. Was very impressive. And so I was really pleased with our guys. And, yes, now we've got to keep moving forward. If we want to be champions, we got to keep getting better. We have a saying, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. Nothing stays the same. And hopefully they carry that mantra on into life. And so we're playing a program that has FCS, has gone to the playoffs 14 years in a row. No FCS team has ever done that. They're also, since 2004, they've won more Division I football games than any FCS football program in the country. So we're playing a team that's excited about coming in here to play, not scared of it. It's New Hampshire is the team, and that's where Chip Kelly kind of started cutting his teeth. His main mentor is the head coach at New Hampshire. So they're a great program in FCS, and one that's not worried at all about coming in here to play. I think they even have on their slogan, I saw on their Twitter page, the next one, talking about the next big team they're going to go get. So they have a lot of confidence, and our guys got to be ready. They practiced really well the last 2 days. I'm excited about playing at home, and we're excited about playing in Folsom Field. And I expect to have a ton of fans there to watch this team play. This is an exciting football team that we have, and I hope to see 51,588 or whatever it holds in our place, and we should. And our student body will be there and packed in there. So this is going to be a great day. It's going to be a 3 o'clock kickoff, which is what everybody ever talked to says we want a 2 o'clock or a 3 o'clock kickoff. Well, we've got it. So that place needs to be packed and ready to roll. So to watch this exciting football team play, and it's going to be a tough contest, and we're going to need help in that stands to make that Folsom environment what it should be. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Stephen was in here talking about the fact that, LaVisca, when he stepped on campus, they knew talent-wise and all that kind of stuff that he was going to have a chance to make a really big impact. But what are some of the things behind the scenes that you think that he improved on that really kind of helped him set up to have the kind of start he's had this year?
It was his hair. It's his hair. There's no doubt. It's kind of like Samson. He's got the long, good-looking hair. The thing about LaVisca is he is so humble, as talented as he is. Can you imagine him as a 7th grader or an 8th grader? I mean, he looks like a Greek god now, and he did as a little guy. So when you usually have that happen, they usually kind of get the big head so quick. He's one of those big-time recruits that doesn't have a big head, that really cares about his team. I don't know if y'all saw what he said. I saw it after the game. They asked him, he said, I'm just playing for the name on the front of my jersey. Wow. I think that sums up Visca. He can play everything. He can do everything. He's a model teammate. He's a great player. He works hard at everything. And Chev and Clayton Adams have done a phenomenal job of moving him around all over the place and getting the ball in different ways. So it's been a great team effort. But I really think his athletic ability is off the charts, but it's really his humble heart and his attitude that makes him special.
Coach, I'm going to go back to the Nebraska game for just a second. I'm sure, as you've seen by now, the accusations, if you will, from Scott Frost about the dirty hit. Do you have any comments on that? Did you see the hit?
I made a statement last night, and we're moving on. What's happening?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing good.
James Stefano missed a couple of big kicks
Uh-huh.
in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
He hasn't really been in that position too often, and he's been pretty dependable. But how do you go about, maybe making sure he shakes that off and has the confidence going this week if he's whenever he's in that position again?
He'll have the confidence. He tweaked his groin a little bit on the last extra point before he started those other 2 kicks, and was trying to get it loosened up. I didn't know it at the time. He tried to kick with it. We might have gone with another kicker later on when we realized what was going. He thought he could kick through it. So he hasn't kicked at all this week right now. So we're hoping he can kick Saturday. We're not sure. So that kind of happens sometimes. And with him, he's an excellent kicker, and I guarantee in that situation next time he'll make those kicks when he's completely healthy. Hopefully that's kind of what he was. If you watch the film, he started going across the ball because his leg was tight, and instead of going up through it because he gets the ball up so high, and that's what happened in that situation. So I've talked to him. If you have that happen, you've got to come tell me, hey, I tweaked it a little bit or whatever. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the future, and hopefully he'll be fine.
You admitted after the game taking some time to appreciate Jay's performance from a father
Yeah.
standpoint. Is part of that the fact that he's a senior? Or what's kind of allowed you to stop and smell the roses a little bit?
Yeah, part of that is definitely because he's a senior. I'm not going to get to see him play. I mean, any kid that has a kid that's a senior in high school or a senior in college, as a parent, or they're getting ready to graduate. Have you had a kid? Your kids aren't that old. Okay, she's younger. But when they get to those ages, you as a parent that's been in those situations know what I'm talking about. You kind of, wow, it's kind of going to be over. And so you kind of cherish those moments a little more. And so I do. But I have to stay really composed during the game. But as soon as it was over and I knew we won and then I saw him, it hit me. And so it was a special day all the way around. And to say the least, I enjoyed it.
Mike,
Yes.
what is it about Nate? How did he transform from the end of last year to this year to being a guy that started to come into it on his own in the end of the season to just a monster breakout?
Right. Well, Nate has that. We knew he was a really good player. It was a hard recruiting battle for us. He was the Northern California Player of the Year on defense. So it was and he loved it here, and it went right down the wire. And we're glad he came. He has great vision. He can see and diagnose quickly. He is explosive and he's powerful. He weighs 20 more pounds than he did last year. So when he arrives there, I always said he arrives in a bad mood. When he hits you, it seems like the guy's body always gets jarred one way or the other. Now the football went flying a couple of times, and he'll keep doing that. The thing that he does really well is when he sees it, he goes. He doesn't hesitate. And so he has that innate ability to do that. Not everybody can do that. And then he has an explosion in power because he's such an excellent athlete. I mean, he can power clean, ridiculous amount of weight. He can squat, and he is explosive. And he's 230-something pounds. So he kind of has it all. And the other thing is he's extremely bright. He can think under pressure. That's the thing that Rick Gamboa does so great. Rick Gamboa is so bright and can diagnose so quick. So both of those guys really feed off each other in there and doing a great job. And Nate's a really, really good player. He has excellent explosion too from A to B. I call it in a 5 to 6 yard area. He can really explode to the football.
Who were you in competition recruiting?
About everybody in the Pac-12, especially Cal and all those guys up in that area, and other Washington, I think. I can't remember all of them, but it went down the wire between us and Cal, really.
So if James can't kick, you going to add a little bit more to Davis Price's plate?
We're right now working between the Price is Right, which Evan or Davis. So whichever Price is right, I tell them that all the time, and so we're kind of working with both of them. I'm not sure right now. We'll kick both of them today and work with it and see what the situation. If Alex Kinney would have been here, we could have kicked him on field goals or taken the kickoffs off of Davis and let him get. I just don't. Davis is going to punt and kick off. If Evan can handle it, it might be better with the load, but if he can't, we'll just see. So we're just kind of working with them. So I'm pretty sure that Miss Price is a little nervous right now thinking about it.
Just a second question. the New Hampshire coach, Sean McDonald.
Yes.
He's been around for a long time.
Yes,
I
he
know
has.
The coaching community is very tight-knit. Have you crossed paths with him?
Very limited, very limited. I just know when I was talking to Chip Kelly at the Pac-12 meetings out in Arizona, he asked me like who we played before them, who we were talking about, because we both knew had an open way. I said, we played New Hampshire. He goes, oh, and we started talking. He was telling me all about what he had done there and what Sean had done. And I knew he had a great program. And I knew when we put him on the schedule a few years back, I said, shoot, they're really good. Really good program. So he's the way I understand it, Chip was saying he was one of his main mentors and kind of who he cut his teeth under. So, and that's something that Scott Frost told me before the game too. He saw we were playing them next and said, "Hey, that's Chip Kelly's guy." You know, if we were talking about that right before the game started for a minute. So,
being able to contemplate using Evan Price, is that one of the benefits of the new redshirt rule? He's a guy
exactly right. It is because he could play, 4 games throughout the season here and still get redshirted. And so we'll see if James will be ready to go. And then if he's not, then we've been kicking the other guys today, and tomorrow we'll make a decision on Thursday, and then go with it depending on where James is physically at.
The rushing game struggled last week as you were in negative yards for a majority of the game. What do you change going forward, whether it's with the running backs themselves or the offensive line?
Right. Yeah, the running game did struggle a little bit. One of the rules I don't like about the NCAA, and I do like about the NFL takes sacks away from the passing game, not the rushing game. And I think that's the way it should be done in college football too, but they've been keeping stats for so long, it'd be too much to care. So we really had more rushing yards than it looked like because they take sacks and minus that from it. But we do need to rush the football better. But like I said, their football team, I thought their front was very physical and they run guys in and out. We'll get better at that as the year goes along. We rushed really well the week before. And the way they were fitting the run and doing some things, it gave us the ability to make some big pass plays, which won the game, is what we did. So it's a flip side there. Sometimes you can say, well, you got to run the ball to win. Well, not if they're doing that. Throw it over their head and score touchdowns. It's all about scoring points on offense. And on defense, it's all about keeping them from scoring points. Yardage, to me, is a misnomer in today's football. It really is when you think about it. It's all about points. How many points can you stop them from getting, and how many points can you score? Because yards is a little bit misnomer. I've always teased our defensive coordinators because the worst thing to be in football is a defensive coordinator in college. Because the way the game's set up, the way everybody runs offense, is the way they do everything, it's a misnomer. And, you'll have teams throw for 500 yards and score 15 points or 14 points, and you'll have them throw for 300 yards and score 28 points. It's just how you get the ball to the end zone. But we do need to improve our rushing game. We don't want to do that. But we're going to find a way to win that game on each Saturday, and each time the team's different. But their front was really good, and we'll get better. I'd like to talk real quick about okay. Yes, it's no. This is Hike for Her. This is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month too, and ovarian cancer is what took my mother-in-law, Jenny Rowan, in November of 2015. So after that, my wife started a thing called Hike for Her to make the awareness for ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer is extremely, there's no diagnosis for it, but you have to know the signs. So my wife's goal, and whatever her goal is her commitment is to educating others about signs and symptoms. And if we can, we'll believe that we'll be able to save a lot of lives. It's kind of the silent cancer killer amongst women, and you don't really know till it's too late. But there are a lot of signs and symptoms, so we're trying to make awareness. A lot of people know about breast cancer, which is critical, and I understand it. Not many people know much about the ovarian cancer. So my wife started a Hike for Her a year ago. She was on a television station this morning in Denver. So Sunday at 8:30 at the in-car Table Mesa Road hiking trail, we have the Hike for Her and the awareness of it. We'd like everybody to come out that would like to. It's a big deal. In the game, we're going to wear a ribbon on the back of a teal ribbon on the back of our helmet, representing and recognizing ovarian cancer. So I really appreciate what my wife does. She's an incredible woman. I love her to death. She's put up with me for 29 years. I hope she puts up with me for one more year. We'll see. And she's special, and her mother, Jenny, was special to me. And so, especially since Trish and I started dating when I was about 15. So I've known her. She kind of raised me too. So, all right. So that's what this is about. And
How do people get involved if they can't make the hike?
yeah, there is a website. Matt, what's the website? cubuffs.com/hike for her. And we'd love for everybody that can get involved that could. And we're going to also at the game Saturday, they're going to have a minute there to recognize Christine Padilla. She's battling this cancer. She's going through it for, I think, her 3rd time. She keeps battling it. She's become really good friends of my wife's, and they want to really make a big awareness of it. And there's a neat video about it on the website, and I'd like you to check it out. So it's a big day for my wife, and understanding that, and I think it's a big day for ovarian cancer. And hopefully we can make a small impact and save a few people's lives. All right. Well, hey, have a great day. Thank you.